Still in downtown Kingston, 2 security guards are now dead following a murder-suicide at the tax registration car distribution center in the Kingston Mall this morning. The incident happened sometime after 9 in full view of customers and staff at the government agency. This prompted the immediate suspension of services at the location.
It's minutes after 10 Friday morning in downtown Kingston, moments after what police describe as a murder-suicide.
This morning about 9:15, we had a rather unfortunate incident. 2 security guards, Paul Martin, he's 50 years of age, and Colette Hibbert. They have been involved in a relationship, I understand, for about 18 years. And something went wrong. He came to the office this morning and he shot her and then he killed himself.
It's reported that 44-year-old Colette Hibbert, who is employed to the Guardsman Security Company, was on duty in the TRN office when her common-law husband, 50-year-old Paul Martin, went to the office, leaving 2 colleagues in a company vehicle. Investigators say during a brief conversation, Miss Hibbert was overheard saying to Mr. Martin whether he was going to kill her in front of persons in the office. He did, and then shot himself in the head. Police sources say the 2 have been in an ongoing dispute over shares in a house. Alleged eyewitness Laverne Hamilton says Mr. Martin visited the tax admin office on Tuesday and got into an argument with Miss Hibbert.
Him come there Tuesday and him there make up nice for the woman, the security woman, and the woman say, why you come at my workplace and creating excitement on me? And when him go away, him do so to her. It not done yet. It not done yet.
He further recounted what happened moments before this morning's shooting.
She said, why you come at my workplace? Stop coming at my workplace. I tell you I don't want you anymore. And the man just take out him gun and lick out her head back. So, and when me hear the first shot, me drop her ground. And by the time if he lick up all of me head, me not see the security woman. The security woman fall up and I needed this.
TVJ News obtained amateur video of the aftermath of the deadly shooting. Mr. Martin collapsed in a pool of blood. A short distance away, the body of his common-law wife was seen on the floor behind the desk where she was stationed. Mr. Martin's 2 co-workers had no knowledge of his intentions and only learned what was happening when someone told them what had transpired. Tax admin Jamaica was forced to close the TRN office, which will remain closed for a week. In a statement, the TAJ said counseling will be provided for its staff. Services at this location are expected to resume on July 20th.
We have a big house on the hill and with Rolex watches and with expensive cars and with this and with that, and we think, say, yeah, that is it. But we still scattered as a people anyway. You know, we are the only race of people that, yeah, we individually, we're successful and we're rich and we have all of the, you know, individual, but as a collective unit, as a race, we still struggle. And we go back to the same thing with Marcus Garvey saying at 1914. Where is the black man empire? Because we sing the same songs them every day, we get up and we make the same pleas them every day, but boy, I don't know what to say in Jamaica. I don't know. Every day I get up and every day I watch the news, you see some terrible things happening and sometimes you wonder why, you know? Why we stay so as a people? And then we know it go, you know, if you don't have a political will, it not helping the situation, because we see now we're, because of certain pronouncements prior to the election, and now we are seeing certain things, you wonder, and you say, you need the political will to move this nation forward and to get rid of all of the wickedness we engulf as a people, amongst yourself. Just to remind you that this first hour on the Stepping Razor is brought to you by Flow Sports Premier Pack. Sign up today and get all 380 Premier League games live. Yes, we know enough people love that, you know, all of them. Premier League, and of course, you know, that's starting shortly, and you know, that's another love for me, sports. That is just my other hat. You know, when we put on a cultural hat, we also put on with sports hat the following day. So Premier League lovers, you know, say, you just heard that from your sponsors. So this is a Stepping Razor. Roger Haspel holding the fort for Mutabaruka.
Are you ready?
Yes, man. This is the Stepping Razor on IRE FM. This is Roger Concrete Haspel holding the fort for Mutabaruka. Him not about. He's forwarding back next week still. You know, so we are going to have his shoes to fill. And you know, Muta don't wear no shoes, so it's a big shoes. So we're supposed to have a very important interview right now coming up, you know, because there is a worrying trend that is happening in Jamaica, and we need to address it collectively. And it is about this recent spate of murder-suicides. And the murder-suicides that is happening in Jamaica is by people who have legal access to guns. You know, and we know of 3 recent cases, and of course it's nothing new, but the trend is worrying, and we know that, you know, people might be having problems and them don't know how to deal with it. So we're going to try get an insight as to how, you know, how to deal with this worrying trend of murder, suicide here in Jamaica. The first one recently took place in Frankfield, Clarendon. 35-year-old Junior Wallace, Lance Carl of the JDF, shot his wife, Christina Dawkins, and then him turned the gun on himself. There was another case in St. Elizabeth, and we are ex-policeman, 59-year-old Easton Douglas, killed him girl, 41-year-old nail technician Tamara McIntosh, and then him turned the gun on himself. And then last Friday, 2 security guards, you know, at the tax office. You can imagine tax office Friday morning. Yeah, a security guard walked into the office and shot his common law wife, then turned the gun on himself. We have us online, noted respected psychologist, creative thinker, problem solver, and keynote motivational speaker, Dr. Lakim Samaj. Good afternoon, Doc, and welcome.
I give thanks, my brother. I give thanks.
Yeah, good to have you on our program yet again. Yeah, this worrying trend, Doc, we're talking about murder, suicides here in Jamaica by people who have access to legal access to guns. Is the trend worrying?
Well, let me that's the first thing to correct. It is not really a trend. It is not as common as we think, but because of the way it is, it gets the kind of publicity. On the average in Jamaica, in the average year, there are 1,000 or so people murdered. In Jamaica, we average roughly 1 suicide per week. So about between 50 and 55 people take their own life in the case of a year. So when you have a murder-suicide now, that's both going together. So then, of the 1,000 murders that will take place in the year, roughly, it's only about maybe 50 cases then that would be murder-suicide. So that there's 900 men. All right, so it's not the other way around. It's not the woman kill the man and he kill herself. 90% of the time is the man that do it. And 90% of murder-suicide is your spouse or your intimate partner. So it's a domestic thing. Huh? Interestingly, people over 55, their rate of murder-suicide is much higher than younger people. So that clearly it is something that will build up over a period of time. Yes, we have some young ones, but that's one of the most strange part of it, that the higher percent of it happening is with older couples. Like the most recent one, they were together 18 years or something like that.
Yes.
Now, men tend to kill the partner, huh? And sometimes also the children. But women involved in murder-suicide tend to kill the children and then kill themselves. So, we're seeing some interest. 75% of murder-suicide occur in the home.
Yes.
And in the home, the majority occur, guess where we're in the home? Where do you think?
Yes, no.
No, I'm saying if 75% of murder-suicide occur in the home.
Yes.
Which room in the home you think most likely it would be?
Which room? I didn't get that.
Which room in the home?
Bedroom?
The bedroom.
Yes.
Now,
Seriously.
the gun is the most common weapon used in murder-suicide. So if you look at some issues now, there's a history of domestic violence, a gun is easily available and present. You put those two things together, and you're starting to see where the problem tends to need work. You take a situation where, if you notice now, a significant number of the murder-suicide in Jamaica are policemen and soldiers. So here's a man who has easy access to a weapon. You know, the Jamaican men don't talk about them problems.
Yeah, true.
They don't talk to nobody. And, you know, so when something reaches a certain point, and there's a line that men use in Jamaica sometimes when things went bad, if me can't have her,
nobody can have her.
Exactly. Nobody else can have her. So, you know, this thing cut off in our face and all of that. But the notion that you kill the person. Now, what I tend to say many times, you know, is that what the real plan is to kill yourself. That's the first thing. You plan to kill yourself because, you know, you can't without it. But then, no, before you do that, you will get rid of her. But you plan to kill yourself anyway. Because, you know, the loss of this relationship, what she has done you and so on, life isn't worth living anymore. So we're seeing two things now, domestic violence and we're seeing depression. Because if you're depressed, you know, depression is a situation where you really don't see no way forward. You don't see no way out of it. You can't see no better happening. So that if that's the case, then the more likely thing to do is to kill yourself.
Yeah, what about those persons who are on the outside looking in, realizing that this is likely to happen? What role can persons on the outside looking in play?
Okay, oftentimes people on the outside would have heard the party talking the talk for a while. You say, boy, watch me on her. It now go so. You know, and you keep hearing that thing and so on. I mean, it is your responsibility to talk sense into the person. I remember when I was on radio in my night doctor days, a man calling one night, boy, this woman left him and thing, and how depressed and how kill himself and thing, and because, you know, he might kill himself, and anyhow, he reached where she lived, you know, kill her too and all of that, and he might talk. And myself, and Mr. Boss must play a tune for your person to go any further. And me draw Mutabaruka, Great Kings of Africa.
Yes.
You know that tune there?
Yeah, man.
me draw the Mutabaruka tune from the man and say, boss, we are kings. Huh? We are kings. And you go and make, and in Africa, all of man, a king, all of 5, 10 queens. And you go make one woman make you turn eat that and want to kill yourself. Me lose half of you, boss. Me lose half of you. If she don't understand the majesty that you are, and she don't understand the importance of a man like you in her life, and she decides to go, if she lose, let her go on.
Yes.
I've got the man reason for an hour. I said, boy, you know you're right, you know you're right. So I'm saying that there are levels at which we have that kind of responsibility. You hear a virgin talking kind of foolishness. Sometimes your man, woman up this man, then we're the boss. You're right. We can't encourage some kind of behavior. And that's the first thing that we need to do. It persists, you realize the person needs help. You have to get them help because the behavior is continuing, and especially if it is somebody who has access to a weapon.
What kind of help, though, we're talking about?
Well, the counseling. You know, sometimes, you know, there are other things that tighten it up, such as there's financial problems, the other stresses in their life, and so on. But it involves some form of counseling where the person can see ways and means of resolving their disputes without it resorting to death or any such thing.
Yeah, so collectively we have a role to play when we see signs and so on.
Yes, once and typically you hear it, because it's not like the person just quietly just plan it and so on. They talk it around them friends, they talk it for a while, and then people hear, but those things are not idle chatter. Once you hear a person start talking that kind of talk and saying that kind of thing, so they intervene.
Yes, definitely.
One is in which I've been planning an intervention for years now, and I really, with what we're seeing now, I really feel like to step it up. I call it constructive disengagement. Now, you know how you engage with somebody and you take time and build a relationship? We have to start to teach people how to constructively disengage, constructively end a relationship. And here's a method that I'm proposing that we use. I want to do it in the form of a dance. You come to this dance, we're going to go for 3 hours, from 9 o'clock to midnight. And you come there, and the first tune we're going to draw is members only. You know the big tune, boss?
Yes.
It's a private party, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just bring your broken heart, all right? So we're inviting all people who you lose somebody, your man left, your man I dissed you, huh? And the first hour, we're going to play all the songs about people leaving people. So what we're starting with? Dry Cry, My Woman She's Gone, Bob Marley, Wayne Wonder, The Saddest Days of My Life is what?
The Manhattans.
When she left with a broken heart, exactly. Tune after tune. So when you hear Sizzler, Bob Marley, all sorts of big artists singing about woman left them. So boss, I know you first woman left. I know you first.
And you won't be the last.
I certainly won't be the last.
Mm-hmm.
So we go through an hour of that, you know. And make it up mad that whatever happened to it happened already. You see, after we go through that, and some people will start bawl. And then now, the next hour we start playing the tunes from the other side now. Start to draw again now. I Will Survive. And you just start draw the big tune and show people that you can, you draw Baby Sham, you know, I get stronger. The more you push me around, the more you give me this, I get stronger. So using the music plus the reason in between to walk people through the emotion.
Yeah, constructive disengagement, as you said, Doc.
That's what we call it, boys. Constructive disengagement. We do enough of that.
Yeah, man. All right, we'll have to leave it here, so do we know, Doc. But it was very good having you, and we'll leave it at that. And as we say, we all have a role to play, and the constructive disengagement is something that we need to pursue. Yeah?
Respect, Kunana.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Dr. Lakem Samaj there. Noted psychologist, as we try to discuss and try to help people, because we know at least one man right now might take heed. This is the Stepping Razor on IRA FM. This is the Stepping Razor on IRA FM. This is Roger Concrete Asphalt holding the fort for Motor. Man, this segment alone, commercial. One segment alone is commercials and Stepping Razor. That's Motor program for you. Anyway, we're standing by for news and the sports coming up shortly.
RFM Sports Desk. I'm Dwight Fraser.
Mr. Fraser.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Not too bad, you?
Yeah, all right.
Pulling through?
Yeah, what Mr. Bull said a while ago, can we disagree with him, you know?
He's really in support, Roger, of the authorities clamping down on cheats. I mean, you couldn't disagree with that.
We agree with clamping down on cheats.
Right. But he said that
is he agreeing that the good must suffer for the bad, including, suppose it was Jamaica?
Wow. I see the point.
Yeah.
Because in there, while you ban 68 athletes who took their appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, I mean, it was overturned, and so they can't compete at the Olympics.
Yeah.
What happens to those who are clean? Is that a question you're asking? So people like Elena Isinbeiva, for example, the Pope daughter.
Isinbeiva is one of the faces of athletics.
Of athletics, right? Yeah. And she has never come in for any positive test before. Yeah, I take the point. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a difficult one. I don't know.
I can't agree with the whole paintbrushing at everybody.
Okay.
You know, they take it to the Court of Arbitration for Sport and lose. So obviously, no, them can't go no further.
No, can't go no further.
But they can go to the civil court to get redress.
Which is in their own country.
Yes.
Right.
To get redress. So I gather maybe that would be the next step. And also the IOC now have the authority to ban all of the athletes from Russia, from all of the
sports, and then now that would be with the greater trouble. I mean, arising out of Sochi 2014, you would have seen the Dr. McLaren, who made the revelation on Monday, saying how the positive drug tests samples were taken away from the lab and all athletes were cleaned up and so on.
But you must remember also, you know, it's not Russia alone. There was a spade sponsored thing. You know, remember it happened with China with China in the past, and even the same Germany,
Well, you mean when it was East and West Germany?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Not as a unified Germany.
Yeah, they had their issues too, and there wasn't the widespread paintbrush reached them as what is reaching Russia now.
Well, listen, Raj, I mean, both of us have been on this issue. The documentary by ARD last year brought to light, at least it was alleging in that documentary, what was happening in Russia as it regards state sponsorship of doping. Then Dr. McLaren, the Canadian on Monday, made the revelation, more to come still, of how samples are cleared up. And so these positive tests never come to light. And the fact is that if it is that the Russian athletes, as we are arguing right now, I mean, and we don't want to paintbrush, because what you might find happening is that the goodwill is going to suffer for the bad. But what do you do? I mean, I remember the IOC saying recently that they would allow the clean athletes to compete under the IOC flag.
Yeah, well.
But how do you separate the good from the bad in this case?
Yeah. So
everybody has been paintbrushed so far where track and field is concerned.
Yes, I know the whole country. Is going to be paintbrushed.
It's a tough one.
It's really tough.
What is encouraging in it, though, Roger? I mean, remember now that the drug testers, investigators, have been exposing other countries outside of Russia. Remember, Kenya now Kenya was exposed recently, and Ethiopia with some athletes as well. Which country it was? Remind me, where they had to change a law or else they would not be accepted
in Kenya.
Kenya. Yeah. Right. So, but it's supporting the authorities.
Yeah. Anyway, I disagree with Mr. Bolt on this one in terms of, everybody must take the good must suffer for the bad. But I agree with him where
the cheats must be kicked out. All right,
so thanks much.
Yeah, man, we'll catch you.
All right, 5 o'clock for another chance to win in top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, and the cash pot draws. And of course, the preceding hour was brought to you courtesy of Flow Sports Premier Pack. Sign up today and get all 380 Premier League games live. Yes, sign up today. Get all 380 Premier League games live. And we will be having another interview shortly from now as we try to sort out some things here. So yes, so much things have happened. Yes, you heard today that Russia banned the whole Russia athletics team banned from competing at the Olympics because of state-sponsored doping. And my personal self don't agree with the widespread banning of everybody. I can't support the good suffering for the bad, but it do happen. So that is one of the big things in world affairs today, where the news came that Russia has been banned rather from the Olympics because of the drug problem them have. And of course, the whole situation in America is at a very interesting stage right now in terms of the building up to the presidential elections. And right now we see in America where it's almost a choice between two evils. And right now, the situation regarding Mr. Trump and Mrs. Clinton is at a case now right now where it's neck and neck when it comes to in terms of polls and so on as to who is likely to be the next president. So guess what? We better get used to the fact that Donald Trump could be the next president of USA, Seriously, very serious. Because I was watching even some program this morning on CNN and I see some serious people who are say intelligent and know what them about saying it's Trump them going with. The other day, recently, we had some brethren, and we were out, somewhere with St. Andrews near Pryor, a little carnival, we spar and have some constructive, deep reasoning under some good old Jamaican herbs and, real reasoning, biblical history and, the whole consciousness and, history in particular. We'll come up back and we'll talk about, modern day stuff and the conversation when the man and man sit down you flow from subject to subject and from different reason to different reason and the subject reach Trump. So we ask our brethren say who live in America, because him just come down from America, and him say, I will ask him say, oh look, Trump Trump look like him can really get this thing. Yeah. The man say yes. Donald Trump look like him can win and become, you know what happened after that? No. Everything mash up, you know. All of the conscious speaker and everything, everybody just cut. A man can't be here to take that. A man can't take. For no said Donald Trump can be the next president of the United States of America. So it's a serious thing, you know. So we're watching that one. And we also watching the situation here. Before, not even Jamaica, but we're watching the situation in America where the police, again, you know, is on the case of certain black individuals in the United States. Today there was another one that surfaced where a man was trying to help a man on the street. And the police come over and shot the man. That's another shooting in America today, where a white police and a black white police officer and another black man. And it's a thing that has intensified in recent times. And guess what? These are just the ones that we see because of social media. But you must remember, say, the history, especially in America where police on blacks is deep. We're talking about, because remember, you know, after the whole slavery thing, they had to come up with something, the Jim Crow laws and something, and then, you know, the whole segregation and lynching, you know, over the years. And we see now where, you know, the lynching has taken a new level. So it's modern day lynching. It's happening in America right now. And we heard Mr. Trump says he's planning to make America great again. And we know when Mr. Trump says he's planning to make America great again, we know how it is viewed. We are planning to make America white again. That's the view. Anyway, we will continue our, you know, discussion here on the stepping razor today. And we have a very special interview right now on this radio here of IRA FM. Many of us growing up and we heard, you know, clippings, and we all thought, yes, this was the voice of Marcus Garvey and so on over the years. And we want to thank the UNIA, headed by Mr. Stephen Golding, for arranging this interview for us. Of course, the whole Marcus Garvey celebrations is happening on August 21 here on IRA FM in the courtyard of IRA FM. And among one of the guests is one of the persons we will be having now, Mr. Rob Semple, the man who carried the spirit of Marcus Garvey, the man who portrays Marcus Garvey in speech and culture and presentation. And he is joining us now on the Stepping Razor. Good afternoon, Mr. Semple, and welcome.
Greetings, Brother Roger. How are you doing?
I'm great, and it's an honor to have you on the program today, man. You know,
likewise, my brother.
Yeah,
likewise,
for real. And you know, we want to ask you, Rob, because we're trying to arrange, a tape from one of your presentations. Tell us about Rob Semple and Marcus Garvey.
Well, how much time you have, Brother Roger? First of all, I was born in Guyana, and I have been keeping the name, the spirit, the ideologies, and the philosophies of Marcus Garvey alive for the last 35 years with my one-man cultural and educational presentation. When I realized, during my research, I should say, the contributions that Marcus Garvey had made to this universe and what he had been saying 60, 70, 80 years ago is so applicable today that I felt it. I felt that I owed a responsibility and the honor to not only myself as an artist, but also to the Universal Legal Improvement Association and African Communities League, the organization that Garvey founded, to keep his spirit alive. So I've been doing this this one-man presentation, almost 3 decades now, well, over 3 decades, and it has taken me and the spirit of Garvey in many parts of the world.
Yes, because here, you travel all over the world and you have moved audiences as well, and we're certain that you'll be coming to move the audience here again. But we notice, we also see, in terms of the spirit, the whole attire, the whole oratory of Marcus Garvey being your presentation. Tell us about the idea, of bringing that to life to us in this modern day generation.
Well, I chose to do it in the regalia because one, that was much more of the image that one saw about Garvey. And once I done that regalia, the transformation takes place. As I said, I've been doing it a long time. I've done it, throughout the United States. I've done it there in Jamaica, and I'm looking forward to coming back there next month. And I've been to Bermuda. I've been to Virgin Islands, to St. Lucia, to Ghana, Senegal, Stockholm, Berlin, London, Sweden. And when I went to Senegal in 1999, Brother Roger, when I got done with my presentation, I sat in a room and cried like a baby. I've never before cried and felt so good because of what just happened. Here it was that I took the name, the spirit, the ideologies, the words, the image of Garvey to the motherland. Garvey never physically made it to the motherland, but his impact there was tremendous. And to know that I went there on Gorée Island in Senegal, just above the door of no return, where our ancestors left the continent for the last time, it was extremely emotional. And as I mentioned a moment ago, in donning that regalia, that transformation is what really takes me someplace else. I have extreme difficulty, just doing it. Maybe let's say in street clothes or so, but which I have done. Yeah, I've done it, on radio, in the regalia, because of the whole transformation. So, I am a professional actor, Brother Roger, but what I've been doing with Garvey these many years,
yes,
it's not an act. It's been a part of me. It's something that I have full control of, because in this society in which we live, once you got a project or a product that somebody feels that they can really run away and then really make a bundle from, they do it. So I'm looking forward to being part of the 2016 Marcus Garvey Awards there in Jamaica.
Yes. And
with IRE FM.
Yes, definitely. So literally, when Marcus Garvey said, "Look for me in the storms and the whirlwind," and that so on, this is the spirit that comes through you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, without a doubt. And the responses that I've been getting, because I remember when the first time I did it in Jamaica, it was in 1987. We were celebrating the 100th anniversary of the work of Marcus Messiah Garvey. And I did it at the Wyndham Hotel, the then Wyndham Hotel. It's no longer, as you probably well know. And I would never forget, I had an interview with Marcus Garvey's niece, Ruth Prescott, about a half an hour before I did my presentation. And learning about Garvey from her kind of fueled my fire, because, you can read all the books, Race First, opinions, philosophies and opinions of Marcus Garvey, and numerous books, on Garvey. But to sit and talk with a family member who actually lived in the house with him, because I wanted to know the other side of Garvey. You know what I mean? What, did he walk around the house barefoot? You know what I mean? Did he smoke a pipe? And you read about his asthma condition. And when I did that interview with Sister Ruth Prescott just a half an hour before my presentation, man, it took me someplace else. And I would never forget, my brother, at the end of my presentation, Ebo Cooper from Third World came up to me and said, Brother Ron, that was something else. Could you open for us at Sunsplash?
Whoa.
which was about a day or two. And Sunsplash, Third World came on like about 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Excuse me. But unfortunately I couldn't because I had to be back in New York that very day, that Sunsplash. So, being there in Jamaica and being there in Senegal and Ghana at the Elmina Castle in Ghana, to take Garvey to the continent has been, a couple of the highlights of my presentation on his way to Marcus Garvey.
Yes, and quickly, it is also said that you're almost the striking resemblance of the man himself in terms of height and stature and voice, oratory.
And it really started. I was attending a wedding in Brooklyn, New York, and there was a stained glass image of Garvey. And a woman just turned and looked at me and looked at the stained glass and said, "Ron, you have a resemblance to Garvey," and that kind of motivated me to look into and start doing research on Garvey. And so once that regalia is on and that whole image, it could be eerie because I remember doing it down in Halfway Tree there, and the brothers and sisters were just absolutely mesmerized, to see just the imagery.
Yeah.
Of Garvey.
We are still mesmerized even up to this day. But we want to thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll certainly see you at the courtyard of IRFM on August 21 in all your glory.
Absolutely, and I'll also be doing a part of my presentation at the awards.
Yes.
On August 17th.
Yes,
and I'd like to thank my brother Steve Golden.
Definitely.
Who I've known for a very long time, and I'm looking forward to being in the company of you guys, my brother.
Yeah, man. So we see you. So thank you very much for joining us today, and the audience will certainly look forward to that. So all the best. We'll see you then.
One love, my brother.
All right, take care. That was Rob Semple, the man who portrays Marcus Garvey in this 21st century.
The time by IGL is
17 minutes past 3 o'clock. Man, this is the Stepping Razor on IRFM, number one station in Jamaica, and the number one program this time of the afternoon. And it's a pleasure to sit in for Mutabaruka one more time, as you know, the general, doing him thing overseas. So we just heard prior to some commercials from Rob Semple. And for those of you who don't know about Rob Semple or would like to hear what he portrays in his presentation with Marcus Garvey, here is something that we have for you.
Brothers and sisters, good evening. I'm Marcus Messiah Garvey. I'm the founder and first president general of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, an organization determined to unite all the black people of the world into one great body to establish a country and government absolutely their own. We are the descendants of a suffering people. We are the descendants of a people determined to suffer no longer. We shall organize 400 million black people of the world into one vast organization to plant the banner of the freedom of Africa. Because whatsoever man has done, man must do. And methinks looking into your eyes, me see men rising up in the cause of African freedom. Yes, I see a Brutus reading in his tent of Philippi, a Richard Coeur de Leon bearing down on the galleons of Spain, a Marshal Joffrey marching before the French artillery to win at the Marne, everlasting glory for France. And in the eyes of some of you women, Monsieur Florence Nightingale rising up to do service, not on the Crimean battlefield, but on the battlefield of Africa, leading hundreds and thousands of Black Cross nurses, followed by legions who have come out to do battle for the great continent of Africa.
Thrilling race. We're on to you.
Yes, I see a Joan of Arc, not a white woman of France, but a black.
All right, that was just a sample of Mr. Rob Semple. Come to IRFM Courtyard on August 21. Of course, he's being brought down here by the UNIA. I want to thank Mr. Steve Golden yet again for, allowing this interview this afternoon, because he will be the guest for the UNIA at that time. Here at the Marcus Garvey celebration, it's a long time Muta don't perform in Jamaica. Yeah, we know him do little poetry reading them every now and again there or there in Jamaica. But the real full gamut of performance, you'll see it on August 21 here on the courtyard of IRFM.
Island Eyewear offers free eye testing every day, all day, at all locations island-wide. Conditions apply. Call us 630-1180. The time by Island Eyewear, Papine Square is
3:31. Yes, so we say the general will perform August 21, and make sure that when him perform, man, Damian Marley, man, Junior Gang, Ghetto Youths. Yeah, before that you heard from the man Sizzler, No White God, and of course before that you heard from the Butter Pan Culture, man, and every time I hear the sound, man, Mutabaruka. And of course, it's me holding the fort for him today, because say Muta is a large cult following in Jamaica, so we have to represent well. So we're there still, and of course this is the commercial program to the Stepping Razor. It is the commercial Stepping Razor on IRFM, yeah. And we're there, of course, it's a journey continue. I want to heal up all of the bridges them out of Bulby, especially my brother Manny. Yeah, 8 mile, 7 mile crew, all out there. We know to tune into the Stepping Razor right now. And it's the same consciousness we know from youth and youth coming up until this day. Yeah. And of course, on Saturday, it is the birthday of His Imperial Majesty. We are youth and youth grew up learning about Rastafari. Yeah. It's his birthday on Saturday. Yeah, born 1891. And I could play this little special feature as His Majesty talk to youth and young youth of the African kind, the African diaspora, and all African young youth. All right, this, we have to work with the system.
Save Africa. In Ethiopia, at its capital, Addis Ababa, Emperor Haile Selassie, who sent 4 members of his Air Force to join Harambee, Africa, speaks of the responsibilities of youth. The future prospect of a country depends upon its young people. The integrity and the well-being of the whole of Africa can be preserved only when its youth, with unceasing effort, has developed an acute sense of discrimination, thus adopting what is only essential and constructive, and discarding that which does not contribute to the goal and aspiration of the peoples of Africa. The youth of Africa must show to the world that they are determined to use the best of their knowledge to bring about continuous progress and the common goal of unity and greatness as a tangible objective of the African peoples.
How excellent is the precious name.
Yeah, man, new name, man, Rastafari, man. Of course, Saturday is the Earth Strong of His Majesty Haile Selassie the First. This is the song, the first time Rastafari was brought to my consciousness is hearing this song, and hear how I remember it now. As youth and youth growing up in the East, Warwicker Hill and Rollington Town and them places there as little youth, because, Warwicker Hill was, one of the reasons or the settlement of Warwicker Hill comes because I don't know if many of you know that there was a time when a place named Bakawali bulldozed down and whole lot of people had to flee and leave or who stay, whatever. But Warwicker Hill was one of the places where enough people flee to, including part of my family. My grandmother's side of my family. Yeah, they had to flee and go work at hill. So, you know, they care, you know, walk go up the hill one day, and as a little youth, you know, grandmother care go visit her brother. I hear this song here beat in our house, and the song just stuck. New name, Rastafari. No care you try. You have a way for just boom back and come and lick you to the face. Don't hide the truth from the youth. Of course, the 129th anniversary of the birth of Marcus Garvey. Poetry competition, the Marcus Garvey Poetry Competition is one of Jamaica's most unique and inclusive poetry competition organized by Mutabaruka himself through the Cutting Edge and Stepping Razor programs here on IRE FM. Of course, we have the closing date. Entry is August 15. So how are you going to enter now? You see, if you're between the ages of 1 and 16, all you need to do is write a poem on the theme Marcus Garvey, including both Amy Jakes Garvey and Amy Ashwood Garvey. Of course, those are Marcus Garvey two wives. And enter by post to Marcus Garvey Poetry Competition, P.O. Box 282, Coconut Grove, Ochoa, St. Anne, or online at tmorris@irefm.net. That's tmorris@irefm.net. And the deadline for submission is August 15. And of course, the winner will be on stage here at the Marcus Garvey celebration on August 21. And the Marcus Garvey Poetry Prize will be judged by Mutabaruka along with Elise Kelly, and Kabu Madkeru. And the first prize winner will receive 10 grand, Jamaican 10 grand. Second prize, 5 grand, Jamaican 5 grand. And third prize is 3 grand. And the top 3 poems will be selected and announced during the Cutting Edge on August 17. That is Marcus Garvey birthday. That's going to be another big program hosted on Cutting Edge August 17 by Mutabaruka. The overall winner will also be announced at the tribute to Marcus Garvey on August 21. And of course, they'll also have the opportunity to read their poem at the Marcus Garvey celebrations here. And of course, we said this hour is brought to you by JP Farms, fresh from the farm to you here on the Stepping Razor today. So we can't hide the truth from the youth. I know, well, a meditation, you know, and the meditation I'm all right now is to just play some old-time festival song. You remember when as youth and youth grew up, festival song, when it come to this time of the year, festival are the biggest thing. But we don't know what over the past 10, 15 years or even maybe 20 years, you know, you have some good songs that come up every now and again, like, oh, Chiquitita, that never win. That song that never win. That's one of the greatest runner-up song in the festival history. You have some great songs where never come first in the festival. But as youth and youth growing up, we usually talk enough about we lose the culture bad, you know. We lose, and guess what? You see the culture we take up and the negative culture we import from all over other places, and I use it as our culture and just dash way. Our culture, it's sad. This time of the year, every youth and youth should have talk about festival. That's how me know it. So, at a meditation that me have right now, you know, I mean, I'll just go and juggle some old-time festival song. Alright? So, that, and then we'll go so. Ever, and it's one of the all-time greats 50 years ago, 1966, the first. You know, at a meditation that me in some festival songs type of meditation for the next few minutes. But, you know, as you know, this is the and of course, this always
must be 18 and older to enjoy Smirnoff responsibly.
ID required. But when the whole of them have to safe, them that them wouldn't do it.
Hey Jeff, how you plan to watch the Olympic Games?
From the best seat there is, my couch. Flow gives me over $2,000 of crystal clear coverage.
Finally reach the last finish line. Yeah, so the culture, we lose the culture, man. We don't know, and it lasts because, you know, as youth and youth, you know, we know that times evolve and things change and youths know more in gadgets and more things. But sometimes some outdoor things help people socialize better, quicker. Some man go learn to play marble early. Man go learn to play elastic. You remember, you know, as youth grow up and you're too handful of elastic, you know, because you remember them days, you man, your spans forget your elastic properly, you throw it on the wall and, you know, boat ass race when rain fall, you know. Boat skate. Wheel and wait name Hose and Wire. What are the name again? I think I see it's same one. Tire. You know, some things where socialize youth and youth in the past. Really, we had a better society, more love them time there. When I'm the love now, and we lose the culture. And one of the things that, you know, as I say, me in a festival mood vibes, you know. And we know time short because it's commercial race after this. So we could go and juggle some festival tune here, man, because, you know, we know time stay. This one, Eric Donaldson, Mr. Festival himself.
That's why that Montego Bay has not seen the messenger in live and living colors, kicking it like this. So I just want them to come on out and be a part of this historical moment.
Yeah, Eric Donaldson, the greatest festival song of all times, you know. Yeah, and all of people say so, including me. That festival song, yeah, there's something, this can be the national anthem. That festival song, yeah, Land of My Birth, Eric Donaldson. Anyway, we're opening the lines, you know, and of course this hour on the Stepping Racer today is brought to you courtesy of JP Farms, fresh from the farm to you. So open the lines. I think we have a call on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. And you make it more better for me this evening.
You serious?
For the way you start the program.
How me start it?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to call if I make you know.
Yeah.
Thing shot.
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself. And
yeah, pull up motor shoes, though.
Yeah, motor shoes not easy. Motor shoes not easy for full, you know.
Me know.
Yeah, man. I remember I'm not wearing none.
Yeah, me know that. Because when I come in, I know when I get to link with Muta and I hear me last night.
Yeah.
So me I watch the cricket match.
Yeah, me don't watch it too.
Tomorrow me link Muta. What are you, me here?
Yeah, man. I watched the cricket too last night. All after one, it a go on.
Yeah, man. Because I said the rain did make it start.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So, right, you know, I remember big.
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself, man. Give thanks.
Yeah,
man.
keep up the good work. I'm going on the tune.
Yeah, man.
God, them kind of festival song I'm like, you know.
I tell you, man, that them festival song usually mash up the place, you know.
When them tell you when them song used to sing, you could have feel the festival in the year. No, you never feel
that
none.
That me I say, we grew up when them time of year, every youth, everybody know about festival.
Yep.
But we lose away in terms of culture. We don't know, you know, but we are trying.
I love how you start the thing, all them old song, a long time, I hear where you just forward before you start the festival song, them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think I pick up them, yeah.
Yeah,
man. I'm going to come and air with the 21st.
Yeah, man, you're after there, You're after there.
I did it the last time, but I never get to come so early.
Oh.
It was my grandson's birthday.
Yeah.
Over the Kanga Water World.
Okay. So. Rona send
passing and go round. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Bless up yourself.
Man. Big up yourself.
Them never easy, you know. I love my name Zach. If they easy, you know. Astronauts. One of the nicest festival group, you know. Hello, good afternoon. Stepping right.
Hi, brother.
Hi. St. Thomas.
Original Jatabi.
Yeah. What you doing?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We love how you shot the thing, you know. Yeah, man. They are uniform of the thing, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The uniform of the thing, man. You know, see it. You see them music and young brothers, and them music are the foundation in here.
I tell you. For real.
Yeah, man. Are the original, they may not see it.
And we drift far from the foundation, you know, but why, you know, we have to play our part in trying to wheel and put it back on track. You know?
Yeah, man, you know, see it. Well, at that more, some of the young artists, them think and know, say, boy, I saw them to build the thing and get the thing uniform. You know, see it. And right now, because right now, the youth, them go off for some little thing where them sing about, you know, and we don't really want it so brothers, you know, see it. We want not the Rastafari, real.
Yeah, man, we just want to keep on a straight path consciously.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man, we want to keep it on a straight path, you know, see it. We don't want to lead the thing, you know, see it. Because right now, the country beautiful, you know, see it. So we can't afford people to go down in a war and crime, you know, see it.
Yeah, man.
And them little thing there, you know.
Yeah, we need a collective will.
Yeah,
we need a collective will as a people for create the society we want, you know.
Yeah, man.
And don't leave it up to the politicians then, because it's not.
Yeah, you know, see, well, right now, a flip over, you know, brother, see. A different type of crime, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, a different type of crime, you see, right now, go on. You know. You know, see, the politician and them money where them mag if you kill them one another and them little thing. They no work out.
Yeah,
you know,
them days.
Got people who are selling one another and kill out to one another Rasta and the white now do it so, you know see.
Yeah, we're not going as science. We're not, you know, we need for, you know, as Marcus Garvey said, we need to build a race of scientists. You know.
Yeah, man.
We lost.
We need to collaborate, man.
We need.
So when me pick out the program, them we say yes, brother Azzy.
Yeah, man.
You know, you hear me I say Muta.
Yeah.
I told you that the state pattern make me say brother call you Muta, you know, yeah.
Yeah, man. A Muta shoes, man.
All right.
Bless up yourself.
Muta shoes.
Yeah.
Heart full up.
Yeah. Bless up yourself. Yeah.
Hey, hear me now. More big up too, man.
Yeah. Do it quick.
All right. Big up Bongo Sean, Bongo Ian, and my wife Daphne from here Winchester and all Denver Spin Crew and RFM. Big up all RFM. See, Marcy's teacher Monday. See?
Yeah.
My
bless up yourself, man. Big up St. Thomas. We know every rating of St. Thomas upon RFM right now. Bless up.
Yeah, man. It's locked, man. Right now, every man lock and listen to Brother Ozzy, you know, man.
Look to the east. Look to the east.
You know, see it.
St. Thomas. All right. Bless up yourself.
My brethren.
So, you know what? At 35, I have it, you know. But that's not a different number than buy. But we can hear enough man I say it right now. So at 35, them should have buy. Yeah. Of course, the preceding hour was brought to you courtesy of JP Farms, fresh from the farm to you. This is a stepping razor. And the incoming hour now is brought to you courtesy of Vigoton, 2 iron and vitamin tonic. Strength to do a ton of things. You ever hear the commercial? All right, so Vigoton 2 iron and vitamin tonic sponsor this hour here on the stepping razor. So we're winding down the festival kind of vibes now because that was a meditation I was in, and you know, we kind of still take your call. So if you want, you can still juggle through, and we'll close out this segment here with one of the all-time greats, Roy Ryan. Hello?
Yes, beloved.
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself and welcome. What a one.
Greetings to you and to IUFM.
Yes. Bless up. Thanks.
And especially greetings to Queen Kabu. Yeah, I'm calling from Atlanta. There's a little reason in our life with the first of all, I notice your growth and development, you and Kashima. I know you're getting some good tutoring, and I'm very happy about that. You talk about the culture, right?
Yes.
And that we are losing our culture, and it's by design.
Yeah.
And as a old farmer myself, there is no culture without agriculture. You know what I'm saying? And I want to big up all the youth them who see agriculture as a noble profession.
It is a noble profession, whether you're young or not, whether you're young or see it that way. It is noble, straight.
Yeah, but it was a project to us coming up
that way.
As agriculture as being a noble profession. Agriculture was looked down on as dirty work, and we can't do better, so we go to the land, which is a myth. It's another form of technology that the enemy use against us. Kind of piggybacking on something that Muta was talking about last night, about where the guns coming from and where the drugs coming from, and he was elaborating that they were trading guns for drug, and now they're talking about 80.
Yeah, man.
And 80. Well, guns is not made in 80.
Haiti and Jamaica are the easiest names to call, man.
Hello?
I say Haiti and Jamaica are the easiest names to call.
Yes, and believe me, it's by design. There's a lot I want to say, but I don't want to be all over the place. You know, when you talk about culture, you know, anywhere we go in the world as Jamaican, we usually stands out.
Yeah.
And there's a program, it's a global program of destabilization. The guns coming into Jamaica and the guns coming in Jamaica is to you know, incite violence among the people and to destabilize the whole region. And black people on a whole is what I'm saying, because you don't see black people killing no other race of people. We're killing ourselves. You see, that's what I'm saying? And to destabilize the family is to destabilize a race of people. And all of this is by design. You see what I'm saying? You talk about culture in Jamaica. I can tell you this as a fact, and I know a lot of people listening, right? I've traveled extensively, and I've lived in the United States for a while. And I can tell you there is no place on earth. I haven't gone to the continent yet. I'm looking forward to setting foot on the continent. But as far as all my travels so far, there's no place on earth is better than Jamaica. And you see all the expatriates and the foreigners buying up the land. And they destabilize the country. And then country like Jamaica suffer from brain drain. Because some of the brightest minds that I have met in my travels are Jamaican. And they're not serving Jamaica well. All of us need to think about coming home. Because, quiet as it kept, we are second-class citizens. They don't care where you're from or where you look like. When the police stop you, it doesn't even matter. You're gonna be treated likewise. And in Jamaica, tourism is key, so they say. And we treat foreigners with respect, with open arms and with love. But when you come to their country, they treat you like you're nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Anyway, we have to leave it here, so brother. Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, man.
To all the farmers, them, and to all the youth, them. Go back to agriculture, because there's no culture without agriculture.
Definitely. Right? Bless up. All right. Yeah, speaking about that, we noticed the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago was here on state visit, red carpet treatment. Saw him and the private sector people finally, so it looked like the Jamaican, they look like they won't treat Jamaicans bad again anytime you go to Trinidad airport. Well, because, them got the royal treatment when them come, hey, we not easy, We treat people royally, and when we... Is that thing we can't understand it with Jamaicans? Why? We're different. We're different, man, for real. So we see also where the Africa Union has finally launched the long-awaited African passport as part of the Bloc's 2063 agenda. The passport was launched during opening of the 27th AU Summit in Kigali, Rwanda. The passport is aimed at facilitating the free movement of people in the continent. It's a good thing, but I just hope that there's no other race of people there behind this, or no other people, who don't have African interests at heart. So we need to know 2063 agenda. Yeah, enough of we know about them time still, but you have planned from now. The project, which was agreed upon last year, aims to improve intra-African trade and ease the movement of domestic goods between member states. So hope it won't become something like, even in a CARICOM, where you have a CARICOM passport and still get disrespect when you go to another country. Yeah. So we see now where there has been some skepticism whether the African passport would materialize, considering that the calls by the AU for open borders have previously fallen on deaf ears. However, it could still be a long wait before ordinary people like me and you can get the passport, as the document remains the privilege of the heads of government and diplomats. So it's a work in progress, the African passport. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on.
I'm on? Am I on?
Yes, you're on the stepping razor right now.
Hey, what going on, Russia?
There, where you say?
When my coach Green Farm, Mr. Lotian introduced me to somebody who was supposed to be secretary of the Green Farm Football Club. But let's leave it at that.
Yeah. All right, sir.
What we really want to talk to you about, as me here talk about culture and thing, is three people who we think should be considered for national heroship. And apart from Miss Lou, and the man who they call Mr. Manley, there's one man who we believe where there's so much in this era for enlightened black people and the people of Jamaica. What do you think?
Tell me now.
Mutabaruka, man. Me hear Mutabaruka for a long time. You see, every time I hear the sound. Well, listen, maybe I go Calabar. You hear
it earlier? You hear every time I hear the sound earlier? You hear me play it earlier?
Yeah, me hear it play it earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I remember one time as a Barbarian, with their own Queens and thing, and with their own Queens the day, 1982, we are talking about. And every time I hear the sound,
man, that shot, man, them time, man. Every time I hear the sound,
I from them there last time, I rate Muta.
Man.
Muta for next heroship, I rate Muta.
Yes, sir.
That's why people know say Muta. The work of Muta do, it's to me comparable to what the I don't know if it's literary is the right word or oratory, but he might do a personal sacrifice. That you know, that. Well, I'm Muta great.
Icon, man. Icon, no doubt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna big up Greenwich Farm.
Greenwich Farm, bless up yourself. Yeah, Tinsel Pen and all of them places, all of the street them.
Yeah, man. Mr. Muta in light now, man.
For real.
Muta with my eye. Muta come like the modern day Miss Lou.
Ah.
You know, see it, and I'm from Bob Marley gone. I didn't mention Bob. Forget.
Yeah. I mean, I say, you know, you like say, forgot say Bob the on the list.
Yeah, I forgot.
So you say Muta for the on the list too. When you say Muta for the on the list too.
Muta for the on the list because Muta make I the best in the from Simple. Yeah,
Simple,
you know, he might do a good work, you know, but Muta the forerunner when it come on to black people, black people's history, black people,
black nationalism,
esteem. Muta the best, and I have to can say that.
All right.
So big up Greenwich Farm, big up Mutabaruka, big up the program we are doing.
Yeah. All right.
Hear that?
Yeah. Bless up yourself, man. Give thanks. Bless up.
Aye.
All right. Stepping Razor on Area FM this hour, brought to you courtesy of Vigaton 2 Iron and Vitamin Tonic. Strength to do a ton of things.
What about the Trevor doing? Early this morning, him wash the van, cut the grass, trim the bush, paint the veranda, and now him gone at the farm. And who can forget last night? Him can't stand day. Me have my Vigaton 2.
Vigaton 2 Iron and Vitamin Tonic.
Strength to do a ton of things.
No, sir. No, sir. This is the commercial Stepping Razor on Area FM. This is Roger Concrete Asphalt holding the fort for Motor today. And, you know, the journey is coming to a close shortly. Yeah, and, you know, we were having a wonderful vibes today. We were taking your calls, but we know it go. So, you know, we just continue some juggling because we know it go. Because as with Quint is another commercial break. So, let it Stepping Razor, man, we're closing out, you know, because so it go. You don't know. It has been a pleasure with the journey with you today. Stepping Razor hosting for Mutabaruka. Thanks to our guests and so on for, you know, making the program what it was today, and of course you the callers, and of course those who assisted here in the studio. I want to thank up Tony, you know, a producer, Neely, DNA. Yeah, give thanks for all of the strength and everything, and all to you, the caller. So we're closing out now. So if you don't hear us again, it's next week you're going to hear about the legend back on the program, Stepping Razor. So it was a pleasure hosting for him today. And them time there. We'll see you. So just go and hold the fort and keep it locked. Keep it same on Area FM.